So if you want to experience Paris the right way and see all the sights like this giant radio tower or this triumphant arc, and don't forget to read the plaques on the ground underneath the arc when you get there. Or maybe you'd like to see the Louvre, the art museum. Or you want to take a stroll through Père Lachaise Cemetery to see Jim Morrison. And maybe, after all that walking, you'd like to see the sights while you stuff your face with some amazing French food. Well, there is one place in Paris that you can do that, and that is on a river cruise on the Seine. I don't speak French. Basically, a floating restaurant. That's a barge, not the floating restaurant I'm talking about. And I'm talking gourmet French food like you've never had it before. Oh, shut up. Oh, that is good. Get in my coffee. Get in my coffee! This is one of the most amazing desserts I've had here yet in Paris. All while cruising down the Seine while you gawk at all the monuments of Paris. So let's go cruise down the Seine, see the sights of Paris, and try some really amazing French food. Bonjour! As soon as you've been shown to your table, it is already meticulously set up with a choice of water, either bubbly and, of course, still water, basically bottled water. And of course, this is France, so there is chilled champagne ready to sip with an extended pinky finger. People come from all over the world for this unique dining experience. Some of the languages I heard at the neighboring tables were Spanish, French, Hebrew, French, English, and I think there was a few people speaking French. And, of course, being French, as soon as we were underway, the wine service began, and we selected the finest French Bordeaux that we could afford, which came with a personal wine steward for that perfect touch of French class that is so worldly renowned. Even so, he did not fill my glass all the way to the top, which I found rather sad. So for our starter, we're starting with the foie gras. It's lightly cooked with a grape compote, orange marmalade, and pecan financier. Then I think means that the pecans are paying for it. Foie is a delicacy of France made from the liver of a duck or a goose. It's usually served as a mousse, parfait, or pâté. In this case, pâté sprinkled with French flour salt. This dish is actually protected by the cultural and gastronomical heritage of France. Didn't know that before, I looked it up when I was writing the script. Okay, so we are going to dig into this foie. It's nice and it's firm. It's not like a pâté that you put on bread. You just eat it just like this. Let's give it a bite. Whoa. That is just melt in your mouth good. It just floods your mouth with all these flavors. I've had foie gras around the world. Nothing compares to foie gras here in Paris. Wow. It's savory, it's delicious, and again, it just melts in your mouth. Okay, so now that we're finished with the foie gras, we're gonna try this dessert. It's a sweet onion with an orange marmalade on a little pastry here. Wow, interesting. You would think that the onion wouldn't go well with the marmalade and the sweet cake. You would think that the onion would overpower it, and it doesn't at all. You get the sweet, and then you get that kind of pizzazz of the onion right after. And then after those tastes, you taste the cake, and you taste the pecans on it. We don't generally think of having onions on a dessert, but this makes it work well. All those flavors kind of complement each other. You've got the sweetness of the marmalade, the sweetness of the pastry itself, and then you get that little tang from the onion afterwards. It's almost a contradiction in tastes, but it works very, very well together. So now that our appetizer is finished, but now we're waiting on our main course. And for my main course, I've selected the steak with shiitake mushrooms and a small cauliflower souffle. So I am not a huge fan of, let's face it, vegetables, let alone cauliflower, but I'm gonna dig into this cauliflower souffle. Well, let's see if I like it or not. Yep, not a fan of cauliflower. However, the souffle around the cauliflower, very rich, very flavorful, and this would be a really good dish if it didn't have cauliflower in it. So this steak is what I'm really excited about. Let's give it a try here. Oh, shut up. Oh, that is good. So juicy, so flavorful. It's cooked to perfection. It's not tough at all. It's very melt in your mouth, but not like the foie gras. That is exactly the way a steak should be cooked, and that's exactly the way a steak should taste. This is an absolutely amazing meal. I'm gonna try it with the mushrooms now. Actually, one mushroom isn't good enough here. I'm gonna try to get a couple more. I'm gonna try, one more try, and oh man, I'm failing. And I got it. Oops, no I don't. All right, fine. One is enough, I guess. All right, so I've got a big piece of shiitake mushroom on there. Let's give this a try with the shiitake. All right, if I thought the steak was good by itself, the savory, flavorful steak mixed with that shiitake mushroom, I didn't think the steak could get any better, but with the mushrooms, it definitely does. I'm gonna finish this off and enjoy every single bite of it. So yes, you can enjoy a gourmet French meal while cruising down the Seine, staring out the window at everything Paris has to offer. And on that note, did you know that the Statue of Liberty was actually a gift to the United States from France? Most people actually, I think, know that. But what you might not know is they actually made a miniature version of it and kept it for themselves. And there it is on the bridge right here on the Seine. Did you also know that the Eiffel Tower was finished in 1889 and they were going to take it down but decided to keep it up because it was a really good radio antenna? It's 330 meters tall and oops, well, we'll talk about that later. Dessert is being served, which is far more important.
Look at that. So I got the cheesecake with the blueberries and raspberries and edible flowers on a cookie crust.
All right, so let's dig into this dessert. I can already see that this cheesecake is light and airy. The cracker looks absolutely fantastic. This cheesecake is so light and airy. It has the consistency of whipped cream. It's not compact. It's not heavy like New York cheesecake is.
And look at that. There's even a fruit filling in the cheesecake.
New York style cheesecake is good. It's awesome actually, but it's so compact. This is so light and airy. And with the blueberries and the raspberries and that cookie crunch, this is one of the most amazing desserts I've had here yet in Paris. That is so amazing.
You are happy?
I'm very happy. All right, so we are finishing this up with a cup of French coffee with whipped cream.
No, it's not possible to do
Go in my coffee. Get in my coffee. Get in my coffee. All right, fine. We're gonna use this utensil that you use to dig food. Oh yeah. Mix that up. Look at that. C'est bon. All right, so now that I got that cream to dissolve into the coffee, I'm gonna give this French coffee a try. Oh man. I love coffee. I've tried coffee all over the world. French coffee is some of the best coffee. I'm gonna make a lot of enemies by saying that it's not the best coffee. The best coffee I've had is in Peru and South America and into Costa Rica. They make the best coffee in the world. But this French coffee, oh, that's gonna get me buzzed. So yes, Paris has it going on. The best architecture, the best art, and of course, the best food. So again, if you want to see all the major sights of this beautiful city, and you're lazy and hungry like me, a dinner cruise down the Seine is definitely the way to go.
Thank you.
All right, merci.
Sorry.
Yep, thank you. Guys, when you make it to Paris, you have got to go on one of these river cruises down the Seine. The food was incredible, the view was incredible, you get to see all the monuments of Paris, and you get to sit and eat doing it. So, anyway guys, I still don't have a good closer for this segment. I have no idea how to close these. But I'm in Paris, so I don't know, au revoir. That's just absolutely
Just terrible. Just terrible.